Okay, so this is hopefully gonna be real time. Depends on how badly I forget to talk. That I might voice over. But this was requested by a viewer to create this in real time. Not the whole decorations, but the actual little book. So with measurements. So I'm gonna try that. You know, when I made this one, I was just winging it, and so we'll see how it goes. I have my handy dandy little board here, and let's see. Okay, so I went to the store and got some paint chips. Oh, and these are for the book cover. So, you know, I grabbed a whole bunch of different colors. So we'll have a nice colorful little booklet. And this is packaging. This is Kleenex box and part of a food box. I'm gonna glue two together to make it sturdy. That's so pretty. I wanna keep that, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna cover it. Maybe that can be no, it's just all gonna get covered. Doesn't matter. Well, we're going to glue maybe shiny side together so it works better. So these are, let's see. Let's go with the paint chip cards first, because you have to go by the paint chips you have. And these ones are 5 inches. They're like a smidge over 5 inches by 3 1/4. Just a little bit over 3 1/4 too. So just... And all I really did was check and make sure I got a little bit around each edge so that they would not stick out. So this one is 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, so I do 4 of these at 5 1/4 and 3 1/2. And then we're going to glue them together. That's the first step. So I am using Fabri-Tac. I've decided I really like it. You can sand these down a little bit if you're afraid they're not going to stick together very well, because they're shiny, they could peel apart. But after I'm done, when I'm making the book cover, I'm going to wrap it. So it's going to have something extra holding it together, so it's never going to be where you can pull it apart. See, like these are the same way, but they've been wrapped. So you can't really get to them, so you should be fine. And I need spines for the back, but I'm not sure on the size yet, so I've just set that aside for a minute. Alright, Fabri-Tac. You can use other glues. I just really like this one, and I like the nozzle. I used it on that last one. You do have to be a little bit careful if you get strings, over the edge or whatever. This Fabri-Tac can get really hard. And like on my other book, I got some on the paint chips when I was gluing my paint chips together. And that was kind of a pain. Because it stays like you're going to peel paper. So you do have a couple of seconds to get that all lined up. We just want to make sure it's all matching on all sides. And I'm just going to grab this and hopefully get the glue off there. There we go. Okay. So we'll glue the next one together. We'll do shiny sides together. You do want to get up to the edges, but like I said again, we'll be covering it up, so it's not too critical if there's a little bit of space there. I don't know if you can see. It's not a lot of glue, but enough, I think. Alright, I'm going to stick these two together. Make sure they're good and stuck together. And if you really want them nice and stable, you can take those two and just wiping off that glue and put them under a book. So a lot of times I have my, see, I'm not prepared. I have a big fat dictionary. Oh, there it is. Sorry, my chair's really creaky. I bought it for like $1. Okay. And just put it under weight to dry, and then you won't, but with fabric tack you really don't have the issue of it warping. But if you're using another glue and you're afraid it's going to warp, just put it under there, you know, for an hour or two, whatever, and you'll have a nice flat, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, pieces for our book. Now, the reason I hadn't done the spine yet is because I hadn't picked these up, and I was trying to decide, I have to have an even number. I think I have an odd number. I'm trying to remember, so I'll pull that one out and not use it. One odd number. That's green. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's what? That's a total of 10 pages. 11, 12. Why not? So we've got 12 pages. So the next step is to do pocket tabs. Now these are optional. It's the little folded tab piece that's going to go in between to give you a little bit more space. If you saw my other video, it's hard to see it, but like you can go all the way to the edge because there's a piece in there that creates the gap. So, oh, well, there we go. And it takes coordination to put that back together, I guess. Okay. So for the pocket tabs, I'm just going to use some cardstock. So let me grab that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got some cardstock and I've cut it down to 5 inches this way. And then I'm going to make my pocket tab. So this is what the pocket tab looks like. We're going to glue it here on this side. And it's okay that it's a little bit short. Like I said, this was a little bit over 5 inches. But we're going to go for 5 inches. And I'm going to glue it here and glue it there. Alright, so I'll cut a few and you can see. So my paper trimmer misses a gap. And I want 1/4 inch. So it's about here. Like, nobody's going to see this. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. And I'm going to crease it with my bone folder. And then at 1/2 inch, I'm going to trim it. It just makes it easier to get that line on there while it's on a bigger piece. Then we're going to fold that back like this. And this is just cardstock. I got it at Walmart, you know, on the big ream of paper. I think it might be 24 pound. It's not super heavy. See? You got that? So at 1/4 inch, crease it. And at 1/2 inch, cut it. Okay? And I'm going to keep doing that until I have enough for each side. How many pages did I say? 12? Oh goodness. So I need 24 of those. And I'm not going to worry about the bottom. Did I do the bottom on these ones? Pardon that. Did I do the bottom? No, I just glued the bottom together. In fact, I made these ones a lot shorter and not all the way, and I just glued the bottom. I think I will just glue the bottom like I did on that one. Alright, like I said, I'll get 24 of those done and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so I've got these all cut. Now, I did want to say, if you have score tape, you can cut these, which I should have done. It would have been so much easier. Cut these the size of your score tape, and then you can use score tape and you don't have to mess with glue. Which, they're really close. I think I might do score tape, because just... Okay, so I was demoing the score tape and camera went off, so I have no idea. So I've got all my pieces done, and I was saying that you could use score tape on this. If you do, make sure you make this as wide, if not a little bit wider. And mine's just short, but I thought I would demo it anyway. So, the fold's right here. You don't want to get any on the fold. You just want to take that score tape right up to the edge. Stick it down. You can use glue too. I will be probably using glue on the rest of it. I just wanted to demonstrate the score tape. So you've got it on one side. Don't cover your fold. I didn't do a very good job of that. We're going to put it on the other side. Got it upside down. Hoping this way. Gosh. It's so hard on stuff so small. Alright. Okay. Had to check, make sure it's still recording. Okay. So now I've got it on here. I'm going to use this one that's kind of overlapping a little bit. And I'm just going to do the other side of this. Now I was trying to make it be meet at the top. I didn't do a very good job. We'll see if I can do better at this one. You want it to meet at the top. If it doesn't, you're okay. I mean, I'm not a perfectionist, obviously. But it's better if it meets at the top. So I'm just folding over that excess score tape so it doesn't stick on whatever I decide to put inside my pocket. Not ideal, but it works. Okay. So to apply the score tape, touch it at the top where you want it, and then go all the way to the bottom and line it up. And you have a little bit better chance of getting that straight. Okay? So, that's it with the score tape, and let's do one with glue. Okay, and if I can get my fingers around it. Here we go. So I'm going to grab a couple of binder clips, just so I'm prepared to hold it for me. And I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac. Don't get too carried away with the glue. You don't want it oozing out all over the place. Just really thin line. Kind of get it to the edges there, on the corners, on the ends. Okay. Then I'm just going to take that, position it at the top. You have a little bit more leeway with the glue because it moves a little bit on you. And just to be safe, I'm just going to tack those just like that. And I'm going to do the other side. I have more small clips? I do. They hang off my camera. Or off my tripod. There we go. Okay. So again, just a little bit of glue. I wouldn't use glue stick because that just, you know, I've never found glue stick that holds up well enough to take the abuse of in and out, in and out, in and out. So there, I'm just lining that up. see with the glue I can scoot it up because I didn't quite get it to the top. Just gonna clip that for a minute. The Fabri-Tac gets tacky fairly quickly. Now I'll just hold it in place while I mess with other stuff. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna glue half of these. I'm gonna attach those two, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got this side all done. Oh, I put them in kind of ombre color order. We're gonna try and keep them in order. We'll see if that happens. Okay, so the next step I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna punch the thumb hole. Did I do it on both sides on this one? No, just one side. And I think that works. You can do both sides or you can do one side. I think I'm just going to do one side. And I'm just going to go and eyeball. Okay, get it the right direction. Eyeball this and just punch halfway. So yeah, no measurements. Sorry, just eyeballing it. Oh, and we're going to try and keep them in order, huh? Okay. So, halfway. And you can do it before or after you put them together. Just depends on your punch, I guess, if it will fit in between the pages. But before is easier. Okay. And I've got little half circles everywhere. This one's a little dinged. Oh well. We'll glue it down. Nobody will ever know. Or we'll cover it up with art, right? Okay. I'm just gonna scoop my little half circles into the garbage. And there we go. Okay. See? They're not all perfect. It's okay. So now, I'm gonna deviate a little bit from my original project. And at this point I have to decide, sorry about the coughing, which end is which. So I have to refer to my original. I just cut it off on that one, didn't I? Okay. Alright. So now what we want to do is we want to glue, I think I want to glue the ribbon on inside, at least on the bottom. It might not work on the top to glue it inside, just because that would give, you know, blockage for putting stuff in and out. But I'll think about that later. Right now we're going to do the bottom. So find the end of my ribbon. And we're going to make this the end of the book, and instead of trimming it off, we're going to just hide it inside there, and we're going to glue just like that. Okay? And I'm going to use my binder clips again. Let me grab them again. I just barely put them up there. Alright. So, let's see how this goes. Glue. Okay. So again, I'm not going too heavy, and oh, let's see. Let me grab one of these tags out of here. If I want the tag to go all the way down, that ribbon's kind of going to be in the way if I glue both sides. I really want it inside. I really do. I still think I can do this. Okay. Okay. So we're just gonna glue this little spot and then just along here. Oh yeah. I'm just gluing that closed. So, okay. So I'm gonna feed that in right there. And I think I want to glue that shut while I'm at it. Just go right along. That shut. And there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to use the binder clip to hold that. Really what I'm doing is just holding that edge. And same with this side. I'm just flattening that because you've got to be able to get to the next card, right? Okay. So the amount, I just bought this ribbon for this. It doesn't really say, oh, 3 yards. We'll see how far it goes because this is a long one, but it should work both top and bottom. That's the plan anyway. Okay. So now we've got the one, and we don't need a lot of space in between. We just need them to be able to bend back and forth. So I think that's a 1/2 inch. I think I'm gonna go for an 1/8. I don't have an 1/8 guide on here. I'm pretty sure that's an 1/8. Let's just get the glue on here and we'll just do it. Okay. Just gonna glue that part shut. Glue that part shut. And this one I need a little glue on this spot. And a little glue on this spot. Okay. My glue's getting dried out from leaving it open. So here, trying to keep it on the line, keep it about 1/4 inch. Oops. There we go, there we go. And then we're just gonna stick that on there. Try to get it to stay at the bottom. And I think I will clip this spot first. Just like that. And I need a bunch of these smaller binder clips. Okay. How do you get your finger in there? Good question. Okay. Just clip that spot. Make sure it's all pressed down everywhere. Now I think I'll come back and check for that edge because I think if I glue it all down that the tag will slide in and out easier. Come out of there. There we go. Okay. I think I had a little something sticking to there. Okay. That ended up being more like a 1/2 inch, but you know. What can I say? What can I say? Okay. So now we're going to do the next one. I think I have the binder clips ready. I might be better off. I'll do one more before I turn off the video and just go for it. So I'm going to try and do better at getting glue up further on there, but I don't want it to go above the ribbon. Okay, some there, some there. Okay. So again, I'm lining this up. Just going to leave it at 1/4 inch. Okay, so that's 1/4 of an inch. We want 1/8 of an inch. Let's see if I do any better this time. Keeping it in place. Ugh, of course not. Okay. We're gonna pin this end, clip this end first. Then we'll come back over here. And I'm gonna clip this end. So that one will be a little long. I think it's probably too late to fix it. So we're just gonna go with it. There's probably an easier method to this. If you know it, let me know. Alright, so I'm gonna go on and finish the row of all of these, and I'll be back. Okay, before I go on, I think I have an idea. So I have a flat ruler, and I think if I clip them on, like just clip this one on, I can hold it in place. Okay, come on, line up. So I'm trying to do this for the camera. I'm having a hard time. Okay, so clip that on right there. Okay, so that one's on. I'll just clip this bottom part. See? So then I can clip the next one in place, and I won't have to worry about it shifting on me, right? Good theory, right? Okay, this is where I want it to be. I think I will clip it like up here. Oh, it's not going to hold it. Well, okay. I'll clip it like that. Okay, I'm going to do this one more. So what I'm going to do is this half of it. See, I'm not even in the right place. Scoot over. Scoot. You know, I'm sure other tutorials are much smoother than this one. This is how this is how it goes. Alright. So I'm just gonna go to about there. Trying to do the height of the ribbon. And I'm just gonna go along. Squish, squish, squish. Grab the ruler. Press it down right there. Oops. Catch it all. Okay. It's clipped. And then I can unclip this side and do this half. Perfect. Glue there. See that I've done it? Sort of. Okay. Ugh. Alright, I got a little glue under there. Just run that ribbon down. And clip that back on. And move on to the next one. So there we go. That's a good idea. Good way to keep it straight. So you keep it clipped on here. You add your next card. Add 1/8 of an inch. Like this. Grab a binder clip. This one's bigger. Just clip it on there straight. A little long there. Okay, and then glue half and then glue half. Perfect. So glue, glue. Press the ribbon down. I'm making it flush with the bottom, hoping that'll keep everything straight. And then taking that binder clip, clipping it to hold it down. Ribbon might be a tad off. There we go. Okay. So then this one, I glue that there. Ugh, I'm making a mess. Press that down like that. Clip that in place. Alright, now I'll finish it. I'll let those dry and then I'll shift them down and do the others, the rest of these, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I have them all connected on one side, and you know how I was saying I got a little glue on there? Well, the glue kind of takes the color off. Let's see, like there. So be careful if you use the ruler, because you'll get that. Alright, so now I'm just gonna condense those down a little bit. There we go. Wow. Okay, probably too many pieces for a demo, but okay. So I'm not sure how long I want this. This is going to be going into the binding of the book. So I'm just going to leave it about the length of one of those, just, you know, oh, bad scissors, just in case. Okay, so now we have that detached. We can move along here. Okay, so this one here was the one that had the score tape. All I did was glue down the two flat parts, tear off the backing for the score tape just at the bottom, stick the ribbon across. Okay. So now, what we want to do, I've decided I'm not going to try and figure out how to go inside with these. If I was going to go inside, yeah, I would have needed to do it underneath the folded thing on the back side. So, yeah, we're going to skip the ribbon part for now, and we're going to go on with gluing these onto these, just like this. Okay? Just like that. And, okay. Now this first one was the score tape, but I do need to put glue down here along the bottom edge. So along the ribbon edge, just a tiny bead. Try not to go over the edge. You end up with messes like me if you go over the edge. Okay, and then we're going to take the score tape off, the backing off. Remember, I had those were a little long, so I just make sure if I have any hangover, it's folded on top of itself, so it's not hanging out somewhere. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this and plop it on top of that. Sounds simple enough, doesn't it? I like the score tape because it probably is faster, but I like the gluing because if I get it wrong in lining it up, I have that tape sticking out there. If I get it wrong in lining it up, I can shift it a little bit. So there we go. There's our first pocket. Just like that. And see, I didn't get that all off. If you have any stickiness, you can put like baby powder on there, and that'll take away the stick of it. And I might do that in a little while. To find me some baby powder. Okay, so that was the score tape one. Now we're going to do one with glue. Okay. Trying to make them as flat as possible. Now you don't want to get glue oozing over the edge of your little pocket tab, because then you'll glue your pocket a little shut a little too much. So remember again, lightly do as I say, not maybe as I do. And just go all the way around. All the way around. Okay, nothing's coming out on the side. Here we go. Okay, and we'll take the next one. And we're going to line it up. Line it up. And I think, because it is glue, I am going to clip. Again, clip. Just to hold it in place. And I'm just grabbing the corners. Clip. Okay, just to make sure. If you're worried that you got glue over the edge, you can always, stick your tag in there. Make sure it goes in everywhere. It does. I don't see any glue on it, so that's a good sign. And just clip it down. Okay. One more? Should we do one more? And then I'll go off and finish the rest. Okay. Sorry about the dog if you hear the dog. I think people are walking by or people are coming home from work and he has to make it known. Okay, so the battery died on my phone, or on my camera. I'm not using a phone. So I thought I would do one more, just in case you missed that one. Alright. So, glue. Just a fine bead of glue. Go down, try not going on over the edges. Oops, getting a little too close there. I think with the other one, I did do these tabs with score tape rather than the glue. And the score tape is tough, it holds really well. So you can go ahead and do it with score tape. Just like I said, make sure you make the tabs a little bit bigger than I did. Because it's been too long since I made the last one. I forget what I've done. Okay. Okay, I think that's straight. Making sure I don't have any glue on there. That Fabri-Tac is very stringy. I think I've said that before. Okay. So that we can share clips, I'm just going to clip those two together. Put those two together. And then by the time I get to that other one should be set up enough that it'll hold for a bit. Alright, I'm going to work my way through the rest of these, and I'll be back. Okay, so now I've got the front and the back glued on. This is where we were, right? So now I think, okay. Careful when you're gluing. Ugh. Okay. I'm a gluey mess. Okay. So now I think the next step should be adding the top ribbon. So, like I said, I could either go along the back at the tippy top, like this, or I could weave it in and out like this. Now when I did my other one, the first piece I did, I went straight across, I think. Didn't I? Could have swore I did. Oh, I did. With the rickrack, I went straight across. Then I decided that wasn't quite as stable as zigzagging. So I think I'm going to zigzag this one. Starting with this top piece. So let's see. Let's get this all... I'm making this one kind of long. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to put in it. Or on it. Just making it for fun. Okay. Consolidate. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with this side. Now you have to be careful. See what I mean? I'm just messy with glue. Ugh. Score tape, people. Okay. Wonder if score tape would work. No. I think glue is better with the ribbon. So, we're just going to go underneath the words. Because I think that'll get us underneath the thumb hole. Okay. And get up here where you can see it. Just gonna kind of go across like that. Hopefully in a good place. I'm gonna leave it hanging over the edge. I will trim that later. Try and get that straight. Oops. Yeah, don't smudge it too much. You'll end up with goobers like that. Okay. So again with the clips, just gonna clip that down on that end. And bring this around. Okay. Back with our measuring. Bring this down a little bit. Okay. So this is the one that was a little bit wider. And again, just gonna glue it on. Trying to be straight. There we go. I'm just going to fold this over, and I think what I'll do is just keep clipping the end to hang on to things. Okay, and then go this way to go across here. Sure, why not? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. We're getting close, folks. We're getting close. Guess I'm not measuring this part, because, yeah, I'm just not. Does that look straight? I hope so. I'm gonna fold this over, and clip that behind the clip. Try not to get that hurt. There we go. Okay. I think I have a goober on there that just won't go away. Okay. Where's the end of this one? Whoa. Wait a minute. I glued one too many pieces in there, I think. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this one goes... Am I getting confusing? I'm probably getting confusing. Trying to keep them clipped is kind of hard. But it's better than having this long accordion just flying out behind you. Alright. take it off of here. There we go. Okay. And again, trying to keep the ribbon equidistance. Just like that. Wiggle. Don't wiggle. Okay. So there's that one. Just clip that down. Now we want to go behind. So we bring the ribbon back behind. So basically all we're doing is going back, forward, back, forward. Does that make sense? Hopefully. It's probably hard to tell with my instructions. Okay, try to eyeball the distance. Or you can measure. I'm just eyeballing. Hopefully they don't end up too crooked. Smooth that out. Try not to get glue outside the lines. Dang it. So messy. Ugh. Alright, you asked for this tutorial. Now you're going to see how it really goes. Dang it. Oh well. So that is why when I did most of these pages, I covered that stuff up because it got a little messy. Okay. That one is too juicy. I'm going to have to let it dry. So I'm going to wait a bit. I'll finish the rest. Hopefully you got the idea. And then when I get to the end, I'll be back. Okay, I got to the end, and we're gonna cut that off. Lost my scissors. This is all I have left of 3 yards, so there's your judge of how far it goes. Okay, it's not perfect, but most of the stuff I do is not exactly perfect. And my fingers are coated in glue. My cards are coated in glue. Go for the score tape. Okay, so now that I have my, what would you call this? Signature. Now I know how big my spine needs to be. And I think I could fudge it. I don't know if I want to cut a bigger one, I guess. Let's see. How big are we? Oh, I don't know if I want 2 inches. Do I want 2-inch spine? That one is like tight. Doesn't really bulge out. Depends on what you're going to do. I guess if you're going to like add a lot of decoration to it, you'd want to give it room. But I don't think I do. So I think I'm going to go with, let's see, 3/4 of an inch. So these are too small. So I'm going to get this, and I'm going to cut 2 strips at 3/4 of an inch with my X-Acto knife. Here's my X-Acto knife. And one of my rulers. Okay. And it has to be 5 inches tall, so let's see. I should be safe. Let's see. And I do cut it before wait, it's taller than 5. Ooh, check me out. I'm making a mistake already. It's 5 1/4. Thank you. 5 1/4. So that is that spot. And I do cut it before I glue the two together, just because it's a lot to cut through. Okay. Throw that away. So what did I say? 3/4 inch. So that is there. Gosh, my eyes are so bad. I need more light in here. That's straight. 3/4 inch. Is that really? That really is. Well, isn't that the same size as this? So close. So close. Okay. What do I know? I'm going to do another one at 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch. Okay. Did I do good? Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Okay, put that away. Always losing track of my X-Acto knife. I think I have several. That's the only one I can locate at the moment. And again, I'm gluing the glossy sides together, and you can sand them if you're worried about them coming apart. Just use a little sandpaper just to give it a little grit. Okay, there's that part. Now we want to put our covers together. Okay, so I picked one of my jelly prints. This one's got lots of crazy color. And you could look at it and decide what you want front and back. I'm just gonna flip it over and do it. You can also, before you glue the book in, decide which is front and back. And we're just gonna go for it here. Just trying to find the middle. Compensate a little bit because I got holes. This is recycled paper. Jelly printing on garbage, basically. Sticky. Now you're going to want a gap that's just about the size of your board. So really just a small gap on this one. I'm going to do it about there. That's probably about 1/8 of an inch. I probably didn't even need that much, but that's what I'm doing. Put some glue on this side. 1/8 of an inch. Should be stuck on pretty good. I am going to flip it over and kind of press it down. I just want to make sure there's no ripples. Using Fabri-Tac is good that way because it doesn't cause the paper to warp as much. There we go. I think what I'll do is cut off this end with the holes. And you don't have to leave it quite this long. You can go closer, but you want to be able to get around and fold everything really well. And just to reduce the bulk in the corners, I'm just going to come along like this. That might go in my scrap pile for collage. I don't usually round it up like that, but it felt like I was taking too much out. So I gotta clean off my scissors. I think they have glue on them, or score tape, or something sticky. Sticking to everything. Okay. Alright. Let me deal with my scissors. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I think those are cured. I'm not sure. Cheap dollar store scissors, so I'm okay. So before we start gluing this down, it's a good idea to go around and that's got glue in it too. I'm gonna have to clean that off. I don't think we need the measurements anymore. Just kind of getting a crease going on all sides so that it'll be easier when we go to actually wrap this thing. Can't remember if I scanned this particular piece of paper, so I'd have it in case I wanted another one. That's okay. Okay. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. We will start with this side, the long side. See how well we do. Okay. I'm kind of pulling snug just to make sure there isn't any gaps or bubbles. Push that down into the grooves. There we go. Okay. Then we'll go along this side. It's okay if you go over too far. Just make sure you smooth out that glue so you don't have hard lumps, because it will go hard and lumpy. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of tuck that corner a little bit. It's easier with thicker chipboard. We can do this. Smooth it out all the way along. Now I've got glue on my on my bone folder. Okay. Next is this side. Again, just going along. Oh dear, the doorbell's ringing. We'll do this one spot Don't they know I'm working here? Okay, bone folder. Smooth it out. Smooth it out. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Next side and last side. I kind of like this pattern. I wasn't sure I liked this paper very well when I first made it, but it's just kind of funky and fun. Okay. Alright. If you really want those corners to stay down, just give it a touch of glue. This might end up being a little messy this way, but hey. Okay, so we're going to push those in a little. Ugh, that didn't go in very well. This side. Maybe a little. That side. Okay. And then just pull it over. Still have a bump there. We don't want bumps. Remember, no bumps. Okay. Pressing it all down. Press it all down. Beautiful. Okay. So now we have the outside. Yes. Get our creases in. Okay. We want those to bend right. And I'm not pushing hard. I'm just trying to get those down so they don't stick out. Make sure the glue's going the right direction. There we go. Okay, so now they bend right. So here's our cover. Isn't that cute? I kind of like it. Which side should we do as the front? I'm thinking I'm liking this side better. Alright. Okay. So there we go. Now I gotta find a piece to go on top. One more second. Okay. So this one is not as fun, but it's just gonna be the inside. And I thought it would be good because it's the same pattern, but we need to trim it up. So I need my paper trimmer, which isn't that far away. You'd think I'd be able to see it. Okay, and I can actually be conservative and use this side. Yeah. Okay. So, alright, let's trim off a little bit. Move my scissors out of the way. There went my ruler. Okay. Just going to clean this up a little bit. Like that. And we'll do this side with the holes. And then this side is close to the edge. So I can get. I think I never used a paper trimmer before. Actually, I need a new blade. I need everything. Okay. So since that's about, what is that about? In 3/8 of an inch. Let's see, maybe I have a cut job. We're gonna come down here about 3/8 of an inch. Mark it with a pencil. Okay. So again, I'm just eyeballing it really. That looks good. I have plenty of space here because this went in way far, that I'm not too worried about the measurements. Now I just got to see where I marked that with a pencil. It is right there. And be much more careful when I cut it this time. So it goes all the way through. Okay. Alright, so I took my leftover paint chip and might not be big enough. I cut it down. Might not be big enough. Darn. I shouldn't have cut it. Alright, I need a piece of cardstock. Just big enough to cover the ribbon. That. And you don't want it to go into the grooves, because then it won't fold very well. So right about there. Okay. Yeah. Like my measuring job? APG Jamie would be so proud. Okay, there we go. So now we need to inset our book, or our pages, into our bound book. And I think these cut off a little bit on both sides. And I don't know that you can see this, but I'm going in like 1/4 of an inch. So you know how this goes about like that? That. So I'm just gonna set the book edge right there, and then glue the ribbon down, trying to make sure it's square. Pardon my head. I may edit my head out. We'll see. Okay. Now I'm just gonna glue the ribbon down. Okay. Lots of glue with Eileen. Lots of glue in this project, I should say. Not lots of glue right there. Just with this project. Okay. I think I shifted a little. There we go. Okay, so now we've got glue on that. Now the idea of this is just to cover that up so you don't have bumps. Cutting that kind of close. I think I'll trim just a sliver off here. Yeah. Just so you don't have bumps under your paper that you've got going. This is just thin copy paper, so it would see all the bumps, and this will just hopefully help it look better. Really need a new blade for that. Okay, so I think with this one I'm going to put the glue on here and then stick it down, just because I don't know where the edge is going to go. So we're just going to go around. Sorry if this is partially blurry. I don't have a very good camera for filming. It only focuses on one plane. It doesn't shift focus, so it's kind of annoying. There we go. And if I did this whole thing and it's all out of focus, oh, I would be really sad. Okay. There we go. I'm pulling that back just a little bit. There we go. That's on. Okay. Got a bump right there. I'm going to get rid of the bump. Okay. And now we're going to put this on. It's going to maybe shift it down just a little bit, because, yeah, because that was, is that a problem? Slightly a problem. I could make one a little longer. I have more. The glue on that for a minute so it doesn't dry up. And just gonna make it, I don't know. Here's that. Make it a 1/4 of an inch. Half an inch. I made it 1/2 an inch bigger. Is that going to be too big? Nope, that'll be perfect. Okay. So the inside paper, in case you're going for measurements, I made it 5 by 7.5. Okay, and we are just going to glue that on right there. Right there, and hopefully we do good. Okay, so it's much easier to put the glue on there. We can do this. We can do this. That ribbon driving me cray-cray. There. Shoot. And that ribbon, go away. Okay. One second. That green one was a little stuck. Just had to make sure it was okay. Alright. Now moving on. Smell the ammonia or something. Whatever's in that glue. Whew, strong smelling. Not normally, but when you sit there and squeeze it all out. Okay. So this go right here. If we missed any spots on the edges, we can come back and fix them. I want to push it down in those grooves. There's the other groove. I'm like, I can't even tell. Okay. Wild and crazy cover for such a simple colored book, but it's fun. Make sure my folds work okay and they're all creased down. Okay. That spot's got a little bit of extra glue on it. Rub it off, hopefully not tear the paper. Okay, I'll be back as soon as this is dry. Okay, so hopefully it's dry enough. So to get this in, we just reverse the accordion. And there we go. We have our little, chubby little book. And this is just a hairband. It should fit around this one, even though it's a little bit fatter. One thing you could do if you're going to be getting in and out of it a lot, which I did with this one, I ended up putting packing tape over the back spine and just around that edge. Just because that gets a lot of wear and tear. This is copy paper. This has paint on it, so it'd be a little bit stronger. But let me find my packing tape and I'll show you how I did it. Alright, I found the packing tape. So we're just going to take this, flip it out here, like that. Really, all I'm going to do tear off a length of packing tape, just like that. Smooth it out. Oh, and of course I caught something on there because my table's dirty. Okay. Then flip it over. And I will just trim it right there since it's dirty. Just gonna fold it over and just press it down. This one I'll leave longer. Fold it over, press it down. If you end up decorating this, you can, you know, glue on it, paint on it, whatever. Oh, gotta reverse this back. There we go. And there you have it. Cute little card book. And hopefully, I don't know where my tag ended up. I think it fell. Hopefully the tags will fit. Or you can make tags to fit. It fits fairly, sort of. Kind of catches on that ribbon down below, but you know what? I think it's worth it to have the ribbon inside. I like the ribbon inside better than outside. And yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Try to be careful with that glue. Or just go for the score tape. It's less messy. And I think that one belongs in there. So if you end up giving this project a try, let me know how you do. You can find me on Instagram. My link's in the description box below. And tag me in it if you make one. I'd love to see it. Thanks for watching.